everyone, we're going to take a walk around in the garden, and guess what? As I was filming my intro, I actually noticed that the wide-angle lens slipped off the camera. So right now I have no idea, like it fell into this area right here, but I looked and it's so tiny and small that it's easy to lose, and it just like came off. Okay, so I want to note here that this salvia plant right here, this actually was just from a cutting, and it just really took off, and it has tons and tons of flowers. So I'm really excited because I'm doing this with a lot of my salvia plants that are just grow really easily from cutting. So you can see the plant itself, it's like 3.5 feet tall. And it's next to my cordylines. I have some indivisas. I have the australis. And then I have a phormium, which is a more hardy phormium because it's the green variety, and the purples and the pinks, the mixed varieties, aren't as hardy. They go down to about -5, but I mean, with winter protection, it's a little bit better. I did end up mulching a lot of my plants over the past few weeks, but we're not getting really cold temperature for a while. So this is my Tobe Dazzler. It's a cordyline that's not super hardy, which is kind of sad because it is really pretty. And yeah, so this is my section here. I'm kind of pulling off the leaves of my callas as they yellow and then just leaving them there. I'm going to be adding them to my compost. So let's take a walk. I do have my Halloween decorations up. I have my 2 skeleton rats, which are pretty cool. They're just sitting on the bridge. And let's go on and see the fall colors. Now, one thing that's pretty amazing to me is that my cherry blossom trees, these are just ornamental, and I've had to figure out these are autumn blooming because they are blooming right now in the autumn. They have really pretty pale pink flowers, but the leaves turn like a rusty red. They're really pretty. I love cherry leaves. Cherry trees have beautiful blossoms. And I have the ornamental type out here. We don't have any cherry, like the fruit cherry trees, but the fruiting cherry trees. But I really love having the ornamental cherry blossoms in my garden because I do have a Japanese garden in my tropical garden. So I added the tropical garden just this past spring. And before that, for 3 years, I had a Japanese garden. And it still is, but I just want to say that it's been adding tropicals throughout this past year. So here are my 2 getting tall cherry trees. And one thing I love about the fall is the interest that they bring to the garden, because you could see this one is a bit different than the other one. This one, the leaves are turning more yellow orangey red, and the other one was getting more of a red hue. So these are really nice, and you could see I did cut them back. I didn't cut those 2 branches up there, but I did cut these branches back. I kind of cleared out this area to make it more aerated, and we'll see how it does in the spring. I have these bulbs that I planted in the spring. These are my Nerine lilies, and they're really pretty. I love the pale pink color, and they make a full round head. It's really cute. And then the other one is the dark pink. And I don't remember getting 2 varieties of the same lily, but I have 2 colors. So that is pretty cool. And then I see this one here is more of like a salmon pink color. So it's interesting to see the different tones of pink, or the different shades of pink. So still have a lot of nasturtiums in the garden. So these are just from seed that I planted earlier, and I don't know if you remember, but I had different attacks of bugs, and they just covered the nasturtium leaves just black. They were totally eaten and devoured. So I used my neem oil with a little bit of dish soap and water on the leaves, and then they came back after the insect invasion was over. So I have my pink china here, and the pink china, they didn't get big. This is the first year in the ground, but one thing they did have a lot of leaves and they're still growing fine. And then another flower, which I didn't know last time and I still don't know. It's one that comes back. It's a perennial. And then I have some more lilies. And then my scabiosa, I have purple. And then I have white, bigger ones. These are really pretty. And I keep deadheading them. And as I keep deadheading them, they keep making more flowers, flower buds. So that's pretty cool. My water feature, I noticed that my horsetail, Japanese prell, it's actually kind of dying back, but new ones are coming, so it's okay. Papyrus here, it's getting yellow for fall, but I do have another water feature, and the papyrus got really big. So you can see starting from here and going all the way up. It's about 2.5 feet tall. So those are really nice. I'm going to take them out and protect them over winter, keep them on the side of the house against the wall, and I will be putting a cloth on them if necessary when it frosts. But they should remain frost-free. I'll keep them in a little bit of water, but not a ton. But they are really pretty, and I love this in water features. It's really nice. My azaleas, these are the arbustif azaleas, and they already are getting their buds for the spring. That's kind of nice to see. Well, let's just hop over winter and get straight to spring. Yeah, the buds on a lot of plants are already now, so there's a lot of plants you don't want to nip back during this period in the fall, like your rhododendrons, you don't want to nip those back, or your camellias, and the azaleas, definitely not. And here's another one of the same variety. So this type of azalea plant, actually it's really pretty in the fall. They get this really pretty golden red with yellow. And they make these snowball formed flowers. They're really pretty. So there's my azalea. And then I have a nandina, which I love this one. This one is pink and white. It's almost like the Sol Crevette. So this one, it's really pretty, and I did move it to the shade last year, and it seems to be doing a lot better. Usually flowers, but I don't have any flowers this year. And then I have some more salvias and some climbing plants. And then my snowball. This one is really pretty also in the fall. It does have these reddish, orange, yellowy leaves too in the fall. So this one's really pretty too. And this one I trimmed back last year after it bloomed so that I could get the height. It's about, it must be about 6 feet. It's way taller than me. Not that I'm 6 feet, but it is really pretty. And look how nice that is. It adds a lot of structure into the garden. And I love how when the leaves fall, it covers underneath the plants so that the plants are getting a natural mulch. So that's really nice too. And same with, this is a cherry tree, the Kwansen ornamental cherry. And it got so tall that it just keeps going up and up and up. I want to say it's about 12 feet tall. Oops, there was my hand and my finger. It's my rainbow phormium. That one grew a lot in the past year. My coreopsis are still blooming like crazy. I do deadhead them and throw them over the fence over there so that they'll grow there next year. And I want to have these raised border areas to be something else. Like in there I have a Yucca gloriosa, which just reminded me I have to mulch. It's like down there somewhere. I don't think you could see it under all of that. And then here I have one of my Trachycarpus palms. This one, it's still small. That one, it's already mulched. This one has 4 trunks, so that'll look nice. And some of the grasses I have are changing in color. It's a miscanthus. I believe that one's a ruby red, I want to say. And then I have a few more palm trees there. These are the cages that Alex is making for my banana plants. They're just made out of the old greenhouse frame in kind of a plastic attached with the plastic separators. I don't know, something that joins them together like that. And then he put chicken wire. So inside of that, I will then put lots of straw, mulch at the bottom, and then straw. And this one is very small, but I do want to keep the height of, even if it grows back from the ground, I know, but I just want to keep the height. And then this one is my trachycarpus that I bought around this height, but it's a really nice height, and it makes me want to buy more this height. It was 54 euros, so it wasn't that expensive, but I think it's my tallest one. And it's really branched out nicely, and that has a single trunk. And then I have another smaller one next to it. That one I got really small. And that one I think was like 24 or 34 euros, and it's like a third of the size. And my pirate for Halloween. In this area over there by the trellis, that was my tropical border. I took a bunch of stuff out because it is getting cooler, and I wanted to overwinter my scented geraniums, and then I had a regular geranium, and then I do still have my ornamental sweet potato plants that are there, but I just kind of cleared out that area and put some more dirt over it. I'll mulch it over in about a week or so. And the salvias are still amazing. They just made a bush with lots of flowers. Total flowering. That one's my red tiger. How do I know? Even though the leaves here don't really have that strong markings, you can see the bottom leaves have the stripes. I have a really pretty phormium. The colors are beautiful. This one, I think it might not be as hardy as the green ones, but it's still kind of hardy because the leaves are a bit thicker. 10x. Might go down to about -5, you know, and I will protect it. More color, more fall color in the garden. Here's my spirea plants, and then the star magnolia, which grew a lot in the past 3 years. So you could see the leaves just fall down to the bottom and protect it over winter. I did cut back some of my miscanthus grasses because it looks dead. I don't know if it will come back or not, but the whole plant itself is completely dried out. So I cut that back. I'm going to use mulch after it's dried out. And I did cut back my Carl Forester because I was watching online and they said that if you don't cut it back, it kind of gets mixed in with the old layers. So I wanted to cut it back so it will grow even taller next year, and it is getting bushier, so that's pretty cool. And my Veronica is growing really nicely, had a lot of buds on it. My other Veronica died. Didn't make it through. There's another cherry tree that I have. It's getting really tall. And then I have my hibiscus, hardy hibiscus, another banana in a cage, and then more salvia. I mean, it's great to take the salvia and just stick it in the ground. And then this one I love for the leaves. This is a California, no, it's not a California lilac. It's a type of lilac, but I forget which one. And I see lots of little seeds on it, so that's pretty cool for the birds if they want that. This one's my California lilac. I have 2, and they grew huge, and I didn't prune them back especially, but I might end up doing that next year. All right, well, I think that's about it for the garden today. I'm gonna go in because it's getting a little bit chilly. Anyways, thanks for checking in. Hope you enjoyed and have a great weekend, everyone.